going on, people? It's your homeboy Brandon Brevon Towns back for another one of them episodes called Sports Plus Life. All right, let's get ready to get to it. All right, cut it off. All right, how's everybody doing today? It is cloudy. It is a bit of a cloudy Thursday on December 27th, 2018. And I am from Richmond, Virginia. Allow me to introduce myself again. I am the host, Brandon Brevon Towns, and this is, again, Sports Plus Life. This is our 13th episode already. I just started this on Thanksgiving, and it's not like that's a lot of episodes to be not getting paid for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, but you know, this is fun. This is fun, and if you're new to this show, you know, if you're new to my YouTube channel, just go ahead and click that subscribe button. And you hear that beat that's playing at the beginning, you know, very soon I'm going to upload the actual song because that's actually a track. You know, one of these days I'm going to get around to making an actual theme song for this show or theme beat for this show. But that's actually a track. And I'm going to upload it to YouTube one day because that joint is fire. But I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. I hope everybody had a safe, wonderful Christmas. My Christmas was cool. My little ones was just so happy. You know, y'all know how it was when we was kids. We especially when you started to really understand whether it was Santa Claus or whether you just, you know. But it was hard to, you know, as a kid, it was always hard to sleep that night. And so I guess my son was up at around a little after 8, but we ain't opened no presents till around like 9:30. But he was so happy, you know. He was so happy. If you go on my Facebook page, you can see reactions of how happy, you know, of his reactions to a couple of different toys. But he had a great day. He had a great Christmas. His sister had a great Christmas. You know, I got a chance to chop it up with my family and whatnot. So it was cool because, you know, like I said, Thanksgiving, man, I don't do shit. Thanksgiving, I don't do nothing. I'm not leaving the house Thanksgiving. You know, everybody is welcome to come over to my crib Thanksgiving if you choose to. Christmas, now I'll get up and move around on Christmas. I get around and holler on my dogs on Christmas. So anyway, you know, this is probably going to be a shorter episode than usual because I want to save what I have to say as far as this weekend's matchups in the NFL. I want to save that for Saturday. But there's definitely things to talk about the Christmas Day main event basketball game. So let's get to it. Okay, you know, there was a lot of basketball on Christmas Day, but the headliner game, and of course, the Bucks beat the Knicks, the Rockets beat the Thunder, the Celtics beat the 76ers in overtime. I don't know, honestly, I don't know who the hell won the game between Utah and Portland. I want to say it was Utah, but the main event, the game that everybody was going ape shit about, was the 8 o'clock primetime game between the defending champion Golden State Warriors against the Los Angeles Lakers, the new look Lakers, of course, spearheaded by LeBron. And so it stunned me, okay? That game absolutely shocked me because not only did the Lakers win, the Lakers beat the hell out they romped the Warriors. They did. They beat them 127-101. They beat them by 26 points. At one point in the game, the Lakers were up by 31 points. But it gets even better than that, my friends, all 10 of my listeners. It gets even better than that. The Lakers romped the Warriors without LeBron James for most of the second half. LeBron James has pulled a groin muscle. No! And he pulled a groin muscle. It wasn't even halfway through the third quarter. And the Lakers at that point, I want to say, were up by between 14 and 16 points. And So after that, I'm thinking, oh Lord, here we go, because the Warriors came right back. They stormed back. I mean, they came back and just punched the Lakers in the mouth and cut a 16-point lead to 2, just like that. I mean, just like that. So I was just like, all right, here we go. By the time the fourth quarter starts, the Lakers will be down 16 points. But that didn't happen. What happened after LeBron James went out is, this group of young Lakers banded together and just rolled over Golden State. All 4 of their superstars were there. Curry was there. Clay was there. KD and Draymond. They were all there. And what happened was Rajon Rondo took over. And I don't mean by taking over as far as, scoring a bunch of points. But if you watch basketball, and if you watch basketball for the last 10 years, you know how Rondo does. Rondo is an orchestrator. He's a true point guard. He's an orchestrator on that court. And he had 15 points and 10 assists, and he just dominated the pace of the game. He went off. He went off. And then Kuzma stepped up. Brandon Ingram stepped up. Lonzo stepped up. That new center. That new center. I want to say he's a 21-year-old from Croatia. This dude can ball. Zudic. And I mean, they all just stepped up, and they did it on both sides of the ball. Lance Stevenson stepped up, making 3-pointers at the buzzer and playing the guitar. But Zubac, that's his name, Zubac. Zubac had, and the scoring was so balanced. Kuzma had 19. Brandon Ingram had 14. Zubac had 18. Rondo had 15. Josh Hart had 12. Lance Stevenson had 11. Caldwell Pope had 9. It was a really, really balanced scoring game. LeBron had 17 before he got hurt. And they played defense. They defended very well. And I will say this. Golden State ain't gonna always miss shots the way they did on Christmas. Golden State was missing some shots. I mean, wide open shots where that's usually money in the bank for them. That is usually buckets for the Warriors. But I was very impressed, and I think this could be a springboard game for this young Laker team. And I'll explain to that now as I go into more detail about LeBron James' injury. Again, it's just the day-to-day. His MRI came back clean. LeBron he'll miss a couple of games, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't want to rush a strained groin. I don't care what kind of physical condition that you're in. You don't want to rush a strained groin, because that's going to put uncomfort on your man region. I mean, come on now. As a man, I hate having a strained groin. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, sometimes it can hurt to do anything with a strained groin. It might hurt to sit down and take a plop with a strained groin, honestly. And that's crazy. So, I mean, he could use the break. And honestly, now this is a time where, okay, you're 34 games in. We're quickly coming up on that halfway point now. I guess I need to address the NBA a little bit more. It's about to be January, but I still just, after All-Star break is when it gets real for me. But you're 34 games in. You played all of those with LeBron. You had a rough start. You added Tyson Chandler. Now you should, as the younger players go, you should be able to form your own identity, because with this time with LeBron not on the court, one, if you're asking me, you don't want to appear to be as bad as Cleveland had been when LeBron's not on the court. I don't think the Lakers are that type of team. I don't think the Lakers will be that bad. But I definitely think it is important that Rondo stay on the court, because Rondo, you can play more within yourself. With Rondo, you don't have to defer to Rondo because he's not looking to score. Rondo will look to score if you really, really need a basket. And honestly, Rondo can get off a shot anytime he wants. He's just not a good shooter. That's just always been his game. He can create a shot. He can do Rondo can do anything he wants on a basketball court. Make no mistake about that. He is the consummate floor general point guard who can control the game without scoring a point. That is Rondo. But he can get a point if he absolutely has to, or if he absolutely wants to. But it's important for him to be on the court because the young Lakers can just, they can still have that leadership, but at the same time not feel constricted in any way because LeBron James is on the court. Now, I'm not saying by any means that LeBron's injury is a good thing and LeBron should stay out a certain amount of time. I'm not going to fool myself. I'm not going to play myself. But the reason why I'm saying that is I'm saying that to say this, and this goes out to Magic Johnson, my favoriteest player ever. To me, Magic Johnson is the greatest of all time on a basketball court. I can explain why, but that'll be another topic for another day. But this is for Magic Johnson because after what I saw, and I know it's just one game, after what I saw the Lakers do to the Warriors, particularly without LeBron, I ain't trading nobody. Because all last week, all we heard was, well, if the Lakers are going to get Anthony Davis, they're going to have to move heaven and earth, and they should trade a lot of their young assets to acquire Anthony Davis because he's a once-in-a-lifetime talent. I get all that. Anthony Davis is an absolutely tremendous superstar. But I ain't trading shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not trading Ball. I'm not trading Ingram. I'm not trading Kuzma. All together? Hell no. No. I said that last week. And that was validated. It's almost like those young Lakers were out there balling their ass off to say, trade us for what? Like this was a Lil Jon song or something. Like, trade us for what? Because if I had any sense about trading, if I thought about trading anybody, it would have been Brandon Ingram. Maybe would have traded Brandon Ingram. Like I said, I would not get rid of Ball because Rondo is on a 1-year deal. And I'm not getting rid of Kuzma because Kuzma looks like he's one step away from being an all-star. Josh Hart is that type of player, that scrappy, tough, gritty defensive player who was National Player of the Year his last year in college, by the way. His last year at Villanova, who was a national champion, by the way, at Villanova. I'm not getting rid of that guy. Ingram was the guy I would have parted ways with. I would have parted ways with Ingram. And actually, you now have more assets, more firepower, if you will, to pull off a trade by now seeing how this guy, Avika Ubek is playing. This dude can ball. This dude can flat out play. He's 7'1". You can't teach 7'1". He's long. He plays discipline. He has a back to the basket game. He's not out there trying to shoot threes. He plays like a center. That's even more compensation for a trade if they were to try to land somebody like Anthony Davis. But if I'm Magic, I'm not doing it. Let these kids grow together. And you'd be surprised because these kids are still going to be playing long after LeBron is gone. I don't care if LeBron plays until he's 40. These kids are still going to be in their 20s. They'll be in their mid to late 20s. So don't trade none of these kids away. Don't trade Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, Hart, Zubac. Nobody. Because I think you're actually starting to get more. You're actually starting to get better than you anticipated. Because those 3-point shots are starting to fall. Now, they're not shooting threes like the Warriors, but why the hell does somebody have to shoot threes like the Warriors? No. They have the best shooters in the world on their team. Fine. But styles make matchups. And by the way, I saw a shooting guard for the Lakers at the end of that game. I can't pronounce his name. I just know he's number 10. Siostoflav Mlaklulik. I can't pronounce his name. He's 21 years old too, and dude came out dropping buckets, back-to-back threes. But You don't have to match up blow for blow with the Warriors, but what you do have is a team that's athletic enough. Now, I'm not saying the Lakers are going to beat the Warriors because I'm going to maintain what I said. Once the Warriors get fully healthy and get Boogie Cousins back, but get Boogie Cousins to play on the floor with them, it's over. It's over with. That's a wrap. It's done. It's done. The Warriors are going to win their third straight championship in their fourth out of 5 years. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Lakers. These players are starting to develop very, very well, and I think you're getting more than I think you're finding out more than what you thought you had with these guys. And I would not break up this young nucleus. I would not do that. I'm starting not, and as great as player Anthony Davis is, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because then you still won't beat the Warriors because you're gonna give up so much. Where's your depth going to be at? You know, one advantage that I see the Lakers having is that they're athletic and they're big. They're athletic and bigger than anybody else right now, maybe with the exception of the Milwaukee Bucks. But they look bigger than anybody else. I'm not going to say more athletic than anybody else. It's close, but now you have a three-headed monster. You have 3 7-footers on one team that are all legit real centers. You know, Kuzma is big. LeBron is big. Stevenson is big. And they are all long, lanky, athletic players. Well, LeBron's not lanky. He's more of a tank. But with Kuzma and Stevenson, you have long, lanky, athletic players. And Josh Hart, athletic. Ball, athletic. You know, Ball is actually long and lanky. Brandon Ingram, long, lanky, athletic player. You know, that's an advantage that you have over everybody else. I'm not messing with that. If you get Anthony Davis, then damn it, get Anthony Davis in free agency if it's meant to be. But I'm not going to force it because it seems like every time the Lakers try to force a super team, it doesn't work. And I know they didn't have LeBron, blase, but damn it, they had Shaq and Kobe and Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Give a damn if they were old or not. They got to the finals, but it did not work. Then they tried it again with Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, and then you already had Pau Gasol and Ron Artest on the team. It did not work because you had the wrong coach for that one. Stick with what you got. Develop your players. It's worked well for the Warriors. It's worked well for the Spurs. It could work well for the Lakers too. How the hell do you think Showtime got created? That wasn't a super team put together by free agency. That was a super team that developed with draft picks. The only person there was Kareem. And he was there a few years before Magic got there. So Magic, as a person who is experienced in this, I know the league is different, but the context of building a team can still stay the same. Excuse me, I'm parched. Yeah. And honestly, point I'm trying to make is I wouldn't trade anybody. No, I'm riding with this team. I am riding with this team because the more confidence this group of young bucks get, you know, you still have money in free agency for a supermax player. You don't have to get rid of anybody. You don't have to do that. But with that said, I believe that the Lakers pissed the Warriors off. So I'm just going to say this. LA ain't doing that to Golden State next time they play. I'm going to tell you that right now. LA is not doing that to the Warriors next time they play. You can book that. You can book that shit. I mean, because KD and Steph and Clay and Draymond are going to be like, oh, really? Oh, okay, y'all think y'all bad now. Yeah, but I tell you what, as a Lakers fan, we put Golden State on notice. And like I said, I think the big surprise was without LeBron. But Golden State, you know, people are still saying something's not right, blase. Look, you've been to the finals 4 straight years. 4 straight years, and teams are gearing up for you. Teams are gearing up strictly with the purpose to beat you. That's why everybody wants to put together a super team and want to get shooters, this, that, and the third, because they want to try to duplicate and top what you're doing. And the simple fact of the matter is, it can't be done. I don't give a damn what Golden State does during the regular season. I more or less was happy about the Christmas Day game because of the development of those young players. But I don't give a damn what the Warriors do in the regular season because, like I said, come the playoffs, it's over. So wrap. Like I said, I don't think the Lakers can beat the Warriors in a playoff series. I do, however, think they could take them 7 games now. If players continue to develop accordingly, I do think that it could possibly be a 7-game series. I will say that. But I still don't see them beating the Warriors. Even if you don't trade for an Anthony Davis or get, a Kawhi Leonard or somebody like that in free agency, another year of developing will help this squad. Because I'm telling you, Kuzma's fitting to be an all-star. And Brandon Ingram, you can see all-star with him, but, and I'm going to just leave it at that, but still, I wouldn't get rid of him. Not now. No way. But, yeah, next time the Lakers see Golden State, everybody's going to watch that because everybody's going to remind the Warriors of how the Lakers beat the hell out of them on their home floor on Christmas Day, on Ho 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 Day. So that should be interesting. But like I said, I wasn't going to take up much time today as far as sports because I just want to save and channel my energy for this upcoming football weekend that's just going to be so crazy and with playoff positioning and everything going on. I want to save that for Saturday because Saturday I'm going off in that bitch. I will say this, though. One thing that did make me laugh about football was the Redskins cutting DJ Swearinger for telling the truth about their coaching staff. Now, I understand you shouldn't say stuff like that in public, but he's like your best player. He's like your best player. And the Cardinals picked him up off of waivers. I mean, good for you. I don't know if he's going to play, but it's one game. But good for you, DJ. You got another job quickly. But I thought that was funny because the Redskins, even with 4 quarterbacks, I've seen them play a couple of games this year that they should have won. The Redskins, especially after starting off 6-3, should have won that division. But anyway, I digress. So, now, the fun thing that I want, it's just fun to me, I guess. As far as the life topic goes, is again, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I hope everybody enjoyed their family, enjoyed their friends, enjoyed food, the whole 9 yards, and all of that other stuff. I hope good old Saint Nicky was good to the little kids, because he was good to mine. So now we move into New Year's. Got all that holly jolly shit out the door. Christmas is over with. Now we move into New Year's. And one thing that I've always wanted to say is, people say all the time, that, they want to do New Year's resolutions and this, that, and the third, and everybody's going to change and do this and on New Year's Eve, and I'm just going to be all about this. I'm going to be too blessed to stress. I'm going to be, I'm going to be turned up, or I'm going to be all this good old stuff, all of this, jibber jabber. I stopped making New Year's resolutions a while ago. And I tell you why. I stopped making New Year's resolutions. Because New Year's resolutions don't last past February. New Year's resolutions don't last past February. Instead of doing that, instead of doing New Year's resolutions, what I would choose to focus on is more or less New Year's goals. Doesn't that sound a whole lot better? Doesn't that sound a lot better? Because, like I said, people act like they can flip, like they can flip the switch anytime they want because it's the first day of a new year. New year, new me. It don't work like that. People trip me out with that because they're like, new year, new me. It doesn't work like that. You still got bills, right? No! Them bills ain't new. Shit. I think the government should do that. But I mean, the government can't do shit right now because they shut down and whatnot over for funding for that stupid ass wall. Man, don't get me started on that damn stupid ass wall. Ain't nobody building no damn let's make America gated community wall. Man, please. But as far as New Year's goes, why don't, instead of saying I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna stop eating this, that, and the third. I wish y'all could look at my face right now. Well, if you're looking at me on Facebook Live, you can. And I'm going to do this, and I'm never going to do this again. Bruh, it don't work like that. Set a goal. Set a month-to-month goal. You know, because of somebody who says they going on a diet, people try to get technical with that shit and be like, I'm going to start my diet as soon as I wake up after New Year's Eve. As soon as I wake up January 1st. 2000 and whatever. That's when I'm going to start my diet. Not now after it gets 12 o'clock and I'm still eating on Hostess and I'm eating crackers and cheese and crab legs and all that other shit. You know, I'm just saying. Set a month-to-month goal and don't call it a resolution. Because to me, I don't do all of that stuff. My New Year's goal is just to be better than I was last year. That's it. That's all. That's my New Year's goal. It's not to stop doing this. It's not to stop doing that. It's not to scale back on this. And it's not to do more of this. My goals for New Year's, remember, goals for New Year's. My goals for New Year's is just to be a better person than I was last year. That's all. And my goal is to just keep negative energy away from me. Nothing but positive energy. That's my goal. Now, you know, there's going to be some negative things that come around. It comes around all of us. Assholes are everywhere. There's always going to be somebody that can bring you down, that drains your energy, you know, that does something that you don't like, because assholes are everywhere. Negative people are everywhere. And you'll always run into somebody who is dealing with just a bunch of negative stuff in their life. The difference is that you can control how much you decide to deal with somebody who's going through negative stuff all the time in their life. Because that shit is draining. It makes you want to be negative. And honestly, I don't want that type of stuff around me in 2019. Please believe. I know we still got another 5 days until 2019. I just wanted to get this off my chest now. You know what I mean? My Christmas tree is still up, but I just wanted to get that off my chest now. So if you harboring negative energy in 2019, don't be around me. If people can still talk to me about their problems, cool, because I'm a good listener. I love to listen. But one thing that I'm not going to do is try to fix everybody else's shit and, you know, my shit still be messed up. And me still be going through trials and tribulations in my own life, in my own house. That's backwards. See, that's the problem that a lot of people do. A lot of people want to focus in on other people's stuff and don't want to take care of their own business under their own roof. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And that's important. People just don't think about that stuff. You know, so that's my goal for the New Year's, is be around positive energy and just be a better person than I was last year. Because I'm going to tell you, 2017, 2018 have been rough, to say the least. You know, to say the least. But now I got a quick little question. How many people still got their Christmas tree? Well, I'm okay. Like I said, I still have my Christmas tree up. When will you decide to take your Christmas tree down? Is it going down today? Is it going down this weekend? Usually I take mine down about, usually New Year's Eve. I might take it down a little before New Year's Eve because I do have to work New Year's Eve, and I don't feel like when I get off work necessarily dealing with Christmas tree. So now, look, if you one of those people who leave your tree up year round, I'm not knocking. If you one of those people who leave your tree up year round, okay. You don't plug it in every night. is do you? I'm just curious. I mean, are you one of those people or one of those families who leave your Christmas decorations or at least your Christmas lights up year round? Mm. I honestly, if I had a bunch of lights up, I probably would do that shit. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would. I would. And that's just that's just light conversation and that was just light conversation, just to kind of scale back from what I was saying about New Year's. You feel me? And and the truth and that just be the truth. And I just had a message from one of my boys that you can't be God in every situation. No, sir, you cannot. You cannot be God on every situation. No, you can't. You can only control the things that are behind your doors and under your roof, And one more thing I got to say about before I exit today. And I just hope some parents watch this. I have seen this Christmas a couple of senses of entitlement that make me sick. Look, man, I'm not old, but I am kind of old school when it comes to dealing with kids. And I mean, the ungratefulness. I mean, these are kids who know, these are kids who have graduated from Santa Claus. You know what I mean? But they just the sense of entitlement makes me mad. You want to dip into your parents or your grandparents' finances, or mad if you didn't get what you wanted, knowing you don't deserve shit in the first place. The sense of entitlement kind of really, really, really gets on my nerves. Really. Because I will tell a kid in a heartbeat, I will tell my kids in a heartbeat, let's get one thing straight. I don't owe you. Listen, you're not entitled to anything that you like. And I'm not trying to be funny or mean. I will tell a kid this in a heartbeat in front of their parents. I don't give a damn. Because the parents might not have a heart to do it. I do. I don't give a shit. You don't like it, don't bring your kids around me. I'll tell a kid the only thing that you are entitled to, that your parents are entitled to do for you, is put clothes on your back. Doesn't have to be name brand. Provide you with a place to sleep. Roof over your head. Bread and water. That's all you are entitled to. Until you are old enough to do it for yourself, let me repeat that. The only thing that you are entitled to, little child who needs to stay in little children who need to stay in a child's place, the only thing your little ungrateful asses are entitled to is clothes on your back. Doesn't have to be name brand. Shoes on your feet. Doesn't have to be name brand. A place to rest your head, aka a roof over your head, and bread and water. Because you're a mammal. You drink water and you breathe air and you need to survive off of it. That is it. So if you think that you're entitled to a pair of Jordans, you ain't. You think you're entitled to a new Xbox, you're not. Okay? You think you're entitled to talk back to your parents, you're entitled to get the shit smacked out of you. That's what you're entitled to do. Man, I'm going to tell you, I wish my kids would. My son don't do that. No. But anyway, I thought I'd get that off my chest too. You feel me? Anyway, people, this is your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. Again, hit me up on my YouTube page at Brevon Towns. That's Brevon, BREVON TOWNES at YouTube. If you are a first-time listener, definitely hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys again on Saturday, possibly Friday, probably not, because I need someday to take a nap. But anyway, this has been another episode of Sports Plus Life. Again, your host, Brandon Brevon Towns from the Richmond, VA. I'll be back at you before we hit to 2019. Peace.